Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lisa and you're watching Yogi Hollow Farm, and I'm so happy you're all here. I originally filmed my intro to this video and I didn't care for it. I thought you guys deserved better, so I'm gonna piece this together because I want you guys to get the good info. Today, I want to talk to you about something, and I want you to understand I'm not pushing any feminist agendas or anything like that. I'm pushing reality. Ryan is usually the one who does all the projects because he has the carpentry skills and all of that. I don't. And although I do have a lot of strengths, carpentry is not one of them. But what I want you to think about is if you don't have the skills and you rely on somebody else, what are you going to do if that person's not around? So think about that. Today, what I want to talk to you about is empowerment, encouragement, learning, and taking a chance. So come on along. Now, if you've been following us along, we've switched to a 900-pound alfalfa bale for our pigs. We feed them that all winter long. We don't go through large quantities. This is our first winter, so we're still acclimating to it. But if you've been following us, you see that we have a deer issue. Busted. Get out of there. Here is what is left of our current hay bale. We're due to get another one. And we had laid it on 3 pallets because at the time we did have snow. I had to use my potato racks, and we had to tarp it and lay pallets on it because the deer just kept pulling it apart. Now, I don't mind if they eat the spills, that's fine, but I don't want them in my hay because I'm not here to feed them. What I'm going to do is create something a little more structured, but also allow me access to it and have functionality. Let's get started. The first thing that I did was screw the pallets together. I put a few screws in where they connected. And I have them in that direction so that way when you slide the bale in, they'll go with the pallet rather than fighting against it and getting stuck on it. So originally I was going to do full pallets on the outside, but I only have 2 more left. But we do have parts of pallets. So instead I'm going to do those. They won't provide as much structure to the side as I wanted, but I'm going to use what I have. So I'm going to secure them now. So one of the things that I encourage somebody to do if they've never done this before is draw a diagram. A diagram is a very helpful tool. One of the things that it allowed me to do is to work out some of the kinks or the issues that I came across that I discovered on paper that I did not discover while I was thinking of the idea in my head. One example of this was that I chose to put a solid door on one end of the structure, and that would have interfered with our ability to pull the hay bale through. We do not have a large tractor, so we need to dump it off with the truck in front of the structure. And then what we would do is use the side-by-side winch on the back end where I'm standing to pull it through. Here's my original diagram. However, the plan did change, but I did want to show it to you. So as I said earlier, I was not able to obtain any additional full pallets, so I opted to use the partial pallets that we had on hand from other projects. I decided to stand them vertically and secure them to the base by screwing the upright pieces to the lower pieces at a place where there was a 2x4. So you can see there are 3 locations on the bottom of the upright pieces where I was able to secure it to 3 boards on the lower pallets. As you can see here, the partial pallets did not all match, and that did not matter to me. So what I did was I moved the larger pallets that I had originally intended to use and continued on mounting all of the partial pallets in an upright fashion. I did learn when you're by yourself, it makes it harder to hold things up. But overall, it went very smoothly. I did pick a day that Ryan was at work to do this, and then he came home for lunch while I was working on this project. You'll see that he didn't help me with anything. However, I did ask him for some feedback and tell him not to lean on the partial pallets because they were still not secure. And Ryan went back to work, and I continued on with the project and was able to continue securing the partial pallets for the upright pieces. I did learn that I was using wood screws, and wood screws need to be pre-drilled, so that was a good learning experience. The other thing that I learned is that Ryan has a whole other stash of screws and hardware that I had no idea about. So I got all the uprights up, and now I'm just going to use scraps of wood to strengthen this. I've got some leftover cedar siding that I'm going to use. After I used all the scrap wood to strengthen the upright pieces, I then pulled apart pallets and attempted to add some side pieces. And the side pieces were really not for added strength because you can see where I'm mounting them, but they were more so just to block some wide openings so that the deer didn't get in there. But I quickly realized it really wasn't serving a huge purpose, and we did decide to enclose the outer sides of this with plastic netting. It's the orange kind that you see, and although it will be something you can see from far away, we know that that will secure the hay pretty well. And guess what? It's free. We have it in the garage. We bought it for hail netting. It didn't work out as we planned, and so we have it on hand to use. One of the biggest things that I learned about this project is I have a lot to learn. And the other thing that I learned is I'm pretty proud of myself. I did really well. I feel like this opportunity and this project really was beneficial to me and gave me the confidence to be able to try something different next time. And next time I will focus more on how to make it structurally sound, because chances are it will be something that is more important, that it doesn't fall down, unlike this hay crib. But overall, I was pretty impressed with the way this came out. You'll notice that the plans have significantly changed from my diagram in the beginning, and that's okay. Well, here it is, the finished product. But first, let me just show you. So this pallet will be removable so we can get to it. This pallet will be removable so we can adjust it as the hay bale reduces. Here's the thing. Number one, I did not buy anything to make this, and I found a solution on my own. Number two is I drew a diagram. I had visions of what I wanted, and I ended up with this. I really want to emphasize number three, and that is I don't have carpentry skills. I don't use power tools all the time. I have some limited knowledge of them. Ryan does it mainly. But with safety and proper precautions, you trust the process, you take the initiative, you try to do something. Because what if my husband is not around? I need to learn to do things, and I need to do them on my own. And that's one area that I struggle with because I've always let him do it. Teach yourself, learn how to build things. This is not a structure, like I said earlier, that I have to worry about it falling over. If it falls over, it's okay, I'll fix it. But learn to do small things to increase your skill base. And I think that's really important because it just makes you more valuable on the homestead. So guys, I really thank you for watching, and thank you for all your support. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell the next time we post a video, and have a great day. Take care.